All right, well, welcome everybody. We're gonna this evening have a unboxing of an order I placed with Cheryl, Soul Adventurist, and I am going to get that stuff out right here. Crap, that thing's heavy. Okay. Let's do this thing here. So I think this is all going to be Haunted Ridge material. Hi, Lori, Patty, hey, Fred, hi, Brenda. Okay. We're shooting for no Charlie Chaplin silent movies tonight. Okay, gonna zoom in just a little bit. And so here's the first piece. Got some nice druzy here. Got some nice Haunted Ridge crazy lace. Look at the bots in there. This thing's full of bot holes here. Well, at first I was thinking of cutting this, but now I think I may just polish up. It's so pretty, I don't want to go cutting into it. Hey, Les. Now that we looked at the druzy, we'll take a look at the agate bands in it. Okay. Let's move on to the next one here. I remember getting this one to cut. And dang, man, it's a chunk. But it's still got some druzy in it. I'm gonna have to get out the Haunted Ridge one day. That just is. There's some crystals there. Let's wet this thing down then. Because this one's going out on the saw. Hey, Ruthless. Got some really nice banding right in there. Got some really nice banding here that's going to really look nice. I may take that out and put it on the saw this evening. Kind of like to cut out those bots. It just, and I hate little druzy bots. I hate to cut into those. But we'll see. We will see. Ooh. This looks like a bonus here. Got a death plate here. And that looks like a horned coral. Oh, there's more on the back. I don't know what all these fossils are. I know they just saw an unfortunate event one day. But thank you, Cheryl. That's nice. Okay, I got another one here that's got some sparkles to it. Hey, Richard. But I think that I got this one to cut as well. I think that's what my intent was with that, was to get some cutters. And I opened some from, actually, have cut some from Lapidary-Dad, and they made some really nice slabs. Let's set this over here. Here's another cutter. You can see the banding here. I guess I need to. That's, that one looks nice. That one's, I think that's really gonna have some pretty banding in there. Do a saw check and find out. Ooh. Look at that. And look at the banding in that. And it's got the Haunted Ridge crystals. I really need to make a trip out there. I wished I could have joined everybody. Here's the next one. Okay, I was trying to decide if I had ordered this. Thanks, Soul. So these are freebies that came with my order. And man, that Haunted Ridge stuff is really amazing to me. So you can see there's some quartz here, and then it's got some banding along the sides. It's got banding that continues, looks like it goes all the way around. Might be nice to face polish all of that going around. Oh, this has some of that. I like the way that it does this on the top of the quartz points. Kind of protects them. I guess that's what that's doing. But looks neat. Super pretty banding here. Going across, and you can see the banding. And here I'm gonna try to dry my hand a little bit and zoom into that. That's some pretty stuff right there. Some really pretty stuff. I'm gonna set these aside for just a second. Okay. And this was in the box too. Ah, that's cute. Man. Another little piece of Haunted Ridge. Man, Cheryl, thank you for doing that. I believe Liz is going to be selling some more of this, and maybe Cheryl too. When is that? When are y'all planning to sell for that? Hey, Don. Lori, I think I said hi, but if I didn't, hi. Soul saying she's got a load of it, and a wagon load of it, and she's be selling that. Let's see here. So let's see if I can zoom out on this. And so this is the haul right here. That's everything. Some really nice material. If you guys need any of this Haunted Ridge material, I left one out here. If you need any of this Haunted Ridge material, reach out to Cheryl. I think that Les is going to be selling some. Tina sold some, so reach out to Cheryl. If she can't help you, I'm sure she can turn you on to someone who has got Haunted Ridge material for sale. Theo Kelson did a slabbing video, just maybe a couple of weeks ago, that showed some of this Haunted Ridge being slab, make some dynamite slabs. So I'm gonna box this back up right quick and get this out of the way. And if you'll stand by for a minute, I will be right back. Okay, so I've been doing some cabbing, primarily opal, but I did, and my fingers are slippery. Hey, Chubby. I did this piece of malachite, this little malachite cab here. It's hard to go wrong with that stuff. Just be sure and wear your respirator when you're doing that. Okay. So I took a break and I did the malachite butt. I did this boulder opal yesterday. And I'm hoping that we'll get the flash. On this, it's got a purple flash in the cracks there on it, and well, let's see if I can get this back on the screen. Hey, at least I got sound tonight. Hey, Addie. So I'm seeing a little bit of green flash, seeing a little bit of purple, but it is, and I'm seeing a little bit of zammer that I missed right there. So hello, Beth. And did J and V come in here? It looks like I saw that they came in. Okay. Well, let's look at some opal. Okay. This. Here's some black opal I got from Claude. That potch looks pretty gray on it, but that's got it's got good color going all the way around. So I think that one's going to cab up pretty nice. This one's dark, and it's got man, looks like a gorgeous green. And you can see my nasty fingernails from cabbing on boulder opal. I see you are here. So this piece has got, okay, get in frame here. This piece has some red flash. It doesn't show a solid bar going around it, but that's part of the excitement of it all. I guess I'll get in there and grind it and find out. And this looks like it's got all kinds of colors. I do see the red, maybe some orange. I see green. But the potch part of that is pretty gray, kind of light color. So I'm not sure how that'll turn out. This one's, man, I hope I can capture that flash there. It looks like I'm capturing a play on it, play of colors on it. I hope that band of opal right there goes through the color bars all the way across. Because even with the gray potch, it ought to look, that ought to be a stunner. Hey, Vicky. Mr. C, I never have sold anything that I've made. I basically have made it and put it in little baggies and put it in a box. And I don't know why. So I enjoy it, and then it goes away in a baggie in a box. Maybe I'm kind of thinking maybe for when I retire, I would be able to sell some of this off. And there's that may be a so-so piece. I can't really tell. Well, tell Vicky hi, and I hope she's cooking you something good to eat there, Jeff. Some green. I've only cut one of these pieces of black opal, and it's looking really promising. I couldn't quite get in and work on it last night, but I've got it to where I think it'll make a pretty good oval. And you can see it's got a real thin red color bar, and it appears to be all the way through it. So the potch on it, well, there is a dark part of it right there. So that's got a lot of potential. I'm not seeing the sparkle, but that is reddish. So, you know, that's just one of those grind and find out. I'm not really seeing the colors on this, but I do see a nice color bar on that. Actually, two of them. Be nice if I could make a split and get two cabs out of that, two halves out of that. Thanks, Mr. C. There's a piece, the colors are pastel. Okay, out of focus. The colors are pastel. Looks like pinfire. Who knows? Well, I'll have to grind it and find out. Let me know when the next person's going to be going on. Know that in a little under an hour that Fred will be doing a sale. This one's got some nice color too, and a wide color bar in it. Oh man. That one's pretty right there. I'll have to see about taking it from the top, or man, from the side looks like it'll be pretty nice as well if I can get the thing in focus here. Pretty. And here's another one with the multicolor. It's got a lot of red in it. Looks like it's going to be pinfire. Well, there's some. I don't know if I could call that broad flash just yet, but here's another one with red, but I'm not going to make a very wide cab. But they don't always have to be wide cabs. So here's one that's got good black, and then it's going to have kind of a turquoise color. It's sitting right on top of that black potch. Sometimes these things just don't even look real. All the little lights kind of reminds me of the northern lights and the pictures that some of you were posting here recently. Here's another one that's just got a real thin red band. Seems like there's a lot of red in this. Quite a few. Man, I was fixing to say I doubt that's picking up, but that's got purple, red, and green. And then this one's going to be, well, that says it all right there. Going to be a real pretty bright green. Man, that has got a fat bar right there, color bar in it. Check that dude out. Hi, Ryan. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I'm by myself and I'm kind of mesmerized by the rocks, and then I look up and I see maybe 5 or 6 comments in the frame. So I'm glad that you've all joined, and if you like this, if you like this, then reach over and tap the like button, if you will. That'll be helpful for me. And this one's got a lot of color, different colors of pinfire in it. I like that color. And so I've been kind of saving this and doing the boulder, but I did cut into one piece, and man, it's really looking good. And that boulder's really making my nails look nasty. This one's, you can barely see a color bar in here. Yeah, Don, I think that's right. I think these are, there'll be some challenging stuff with some of these thin bars. That looks like it's almost all the way across that color bar. So it, I don't know. I just have to grind them and find out. I don't know about others, but that green that glows and the purple that glows, I really like those. This is kind of interesting because it's got a bar right here, but the potch seems like it's got some play of color in it also. Don, if you got any suggestions on that one, I don't want to screw it up. Let's see. Yeah, you can see some small bars, and this right here in the potch has got right here. You can see that the potch has some color in it too. So it's a pretty nice black opal. Not real large, and it's got a thin color bar, but I think it's going to turn out nice. And so I've never messed with opal before. I went to the Spencer Opal Mines this past October, but I guess kind of grown an addiction to it, as have some others in our community. Look at that. That's some of that purple that just glows. And there's a little feller there, but come on. Seems like there's quite a bit of red in this. And it's got a thin band of green going through it. It's got a pretty nice color bar in it. So Rick, how you doing? Just take a kind of a quick look at the rest of these, and yeah, that one's got a nice little green bar going through it. More of the green. This stuff with it going all the way around, and Don, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is going to be some pretty high yield material right here. I'm glad you're doing well, Rick. So this one, I said that, and then this one doesn't go all the way around. But just have to work into it and see, you know. That one's got just, looks like little strings of light going through it. There may be a technical term for, holy smoke, look at that. Isn't that pretty? That looks, it's pretty stuff. So, you know, I bought a $30 jar from Claude, and it had a lot of the white opal in it. It had a piece of black opal, and the black opal actually turned out real nice. I think was an oversight. It doesn't have a real white color to it. It's a little bit gray, but the flash, red flash it has is really stunning in my opinion. Oh, man, look at the colors in that. It's got a little bit of everything. It's a chip, so you know, I can make a cab out of that as long as it doesn't have fractures and fall apart. Whoa. Is that purple enough for you? That's pretty. This one's going to be an exciting one to work too. I'm thinking I might be able to split that and get 2 out of there. Now, I said something about the $30 jars, and I just want to make clear I did get some good material out of it, but I have fought through some sand to get some small pieces and got some small pieces. So, you know, the higher the price, I believe, the better the material. It seems that way to me. This has got a color bar that's just hugging the sand right there. Not real thick. But this was not a $30 jar. This is about, I think, about $150, $175 jar. But the material, you can see that yes, these are the blacks. You can see that color bar hugging the sand and sitting right on top of that black potch. I think that's going to turn into some really nice stuff. Okay. Well, that kind of does it for that. Let me put those away and let's find some more opal to look at. This has that spider webbing. It's I think they call that a crystal opal. Quite a bit of sand, but I believe that sand doesn't run real deep. I think that the crystal runs deep enough that I could trim that. That I could trim that and have some nice opal with that. And there's the play, color play. Oh man. So I'm seeing this for the first time, some of it. That's a nice piece right there. So this one here, I don't know what to say about it. I'm going to have to just kind of get into it. It kind of looks like black opal with this gray potch on top. It's not real dark. I'm not seeing the colors, but, you know, just got to grind into it and find them. With these little knobbies, I've been seeing getting into quite a bit of sand, but in this bag, they seem to be more that the sand is not overtaking the opal as bad. And this was not a $30 jar here, so You can see the sand coming right through the middle. It looks like it's surface, but I'll just have to check it out and see. Looks like that opal runs pretty deep in there to where it'd make a nice cab. And I think I see a fracture coming across here. But that just means that would be into two different cabs. Pretty material and not a lot of sand. The sand does run up a little bit right here, but I think it's still going to be able to be thick enough to pull a nice cab out of it. And so somebody started a circle with this one, and they probably didn't like this dot in the circle. And it's kind of foggy too, so that may clear up going to the higher stages. We just have to, try it out and see. More purple. And you can see that you got crystal for a ways there. Oh, that's about nearly 1/8 of an inch. But you can see that sand also climbs up in places. And that's one of the challenges I've found with this. Again, I'm definitely no expert to be talking about opals. I'm just learning. So this one is pretty. I think this one's going to do at least one nice cab. They'll be smaller, but they'll be nice. This one is peppered with sand, but maybe I can work around that. Maybe right in here, I can pull one out, but that one looks like that it's going to be fighting some sand on that. Some pretty color right there, though. Very similar here. So wondering, Don, wondering about taking and doing a sugar treatment on this and turning this dark, that sand dark. Is that something that they do, or would that look good to do that when you got an opal that you know is going to have a lot of sand in it? Like that? Okay. Shoot, I'll just have to try it out. I'll toss it in with some boulder opal. I haven't treated any yet, but I'm setting some aside to treat. Okay, let me put these white opal is what I thought all that was, but it's I saw some black opal in there as well, I think. And so I've come to really like this boulder opal, but my fingernails don't. I can see I don't see the color. Well, I just saw a flash of purple. Yeah, I see it coming right there. So this right here, as I grind down, hopefully it's got that choroid pattern, and we'll have a lot of colors that are in the cracks of that pattern. That right there is just pretty stuff. It reminds me of a kind of like ocean scene stuff. Looks like the middle of a yawa nut right there. And that one's got some color in it. Had to grind that down. But the patterns could really turn out nice on that, or it may just be a piece of junk. Just have to check it and see. Also, I bought some of the $50 jars of a couple of the $50 jars of the Boulder Opal from Claude, and I've had some good results with that. I've got some good stuff. I've had to work for it on some of it, but I mean, not at all disappointed. Ooh, that's got some neat patterns in it. Let me see if I can bring that up. That's it. I hope that's got some color in those, because those make pretty cabs when they do. I see color right here, or maybe a cab right in this area. So this one here, I'm not seeing, well, there it is right there. Every time I say I'm not seeing the color, it flashes. So I've missed part of that. I think y'all are talking about Anamuka matrix opal. And I know that they sugar treat that, and I'm going to do some of that. I've got some of that came in with the Boulder Opal. I think that's what it is. But I'm going to give it a shot here in the next week or so. And it's just barely showing some flash right there, but you know, as you grind into it, it's liable to either light up or you grind all the opal out of it. So just hit or miss. This will make a nice little cab right there. It's sand to right there, so you know, you'd get something about like that. Trying to watch the time. We still doing good, Cheryl? Hey, Kim. Welcome in. Okay, thanks. I appreciate that, Cheryl. So that's kind of looks like matrix opal, or maybe it's got that choroid and it's just down there a little deeper. I see some purple coming through, and then with these last two, that's the middle of a yawa nut. So I'm going to download and bust this live into two things, where one of them will be for people to look at the opal part of it, and the rest, all that marvelous stuff I got, Haunted Ridge stuff I got from Cheryl. So this looks like it's going to have that choroid pattern in it. And you can see the opal here, a lot of good potential there. This has got some nice pattern in it. And I'm seeing purple flash come through. And then I've enjoyed making cabs where it has different colors in there as well. Maybe grind that down and have something across there. I just have to study it. That right there looks pretty stinking good too. to just slice that and, you know, have to grind down and make sure it's stable, but there's a lot to be done, a lot of thinking about on that one. This one's got some nice colors to it and pattern. That's going to make a nice cab, I believe. I'm going to spend some time with this one. Look at the details in that. See, now that will make a nice cab too. Hopefully it'll have some color in it. But color or no color, that right there will make a nice cab. You can see the colors here. Hey, Matt. Oh, that's where it's at. I had my finger over it. I was looking for the color, and then it's right there on the end. Well, to be able to get something out of that chunk right there. What's a fur and ice? Ha ha ha. Well, wouldn't that be nice if that opened up as it went down in there? Had to play around and grind into it and find out. I can see some purple coming through there. This is going to be a fun bag to be playing with. Now that's got, well, I thought that was matrix, but I think this is off of Yawa nut. Oh, I like when it gets real dark here. I hope there's some color comes through this. I was working a piece of boulder opal this past week, and it was going to be the absolute best cab I have ever done. I mean, it had swirls and contrast and color popping and stuff coming out of it. And I was almost done, and it snapped in half. And so when I started fixing it, all the swirls ground out, almost all of them. But that's how it goes. Especially when you're learning, that's how it goes, or that's how it goes for me. There's some pretty color. You know, that's kind of how I felt about it. I was kind of upset about it when it happened, but man, I've had other ones that I didn't think were going to turn into anything, and they turned out nice. So, I mean, I just be happy with what I am getting out of there. That's got some pretty color. I know purple's one of the real common ones, but it seems to be one of the most one of the sought after colors too. So, okay, let's dump the rest of that bag in. I see a lot of potential in that. It looked like it would just flake off, but it's on there pretty good. Just have to grind into it and find out. I think I'm going to be happy with the cab I get out of that. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, man. That's big enough for a pendant, too. Look how, I like the wide cracks with the, where they're filled in with the color. That's pretty to me. So this kind of reminds me of Matrix. I don't see anything in it really. There's some of the iron. Grind into it and find out. This one here has some purples and blues. And it has some opal going through right there between the different layers. We'll find out in the future. Okay, so this one is nice. Got to get this sandy stuff off of it. But I still think it's going to be nice as you come around. If I can keep that purple in there and get rid of the sand, that stuff off the edge there. There's a little bit of that Koroit pattern. And I kind of like it when it gets so white in there too. I've made a couple of really nice cabs, in my opinion. They're pleasing to my eye anyhow. Might have to fight some sand on that one, but I like the colors. Time will tell. So, put those away. All right. Let's see what else we can pull out of the bag here. Out of the box, rather. Oh, we gotta do these here. Okay. Let's look at some more Yawa nuts here. And this may just be boulder here. It may not be Yawa nut, but that's a pretty good sized slab. It's probably 3.5, 4 inches that way. I'm gonna have to zoom out a little bit. The back has some different thicknesses, but I just worked a slab like that, and I kind of sliced it up and came out with some nice cabs from it. Here's another one. This one's about 2.5 inches on the widest, from there to there. It's my guess. You can see the greens in it. This one appears to have varnish on it or something, but that ground right off real quick and easy. And I think this is easy pickings when you're trying to get a cab out of something like this. But it's a little more expensive too to do it that way. Gosh, that's some nice colors there. I see some flash in the middle there. And there's a little bit on the back side here. I think that's kind of my choice though. It's thick slab. That one's almost 3/8 of an inch thick. Here's one before I get it wet. You can see that they put varnish on it. And, but like I said, that came right off. I did a specimen piece that was just, it had a lot of it on it, and I took it right off with the wheels, so I just used a coarse wheel. It's got a pretty purple stripe in it there, and then it's got a lot of other, it's got green flash in there and a lot of other places that purple. I can see some good stuff coming out of there, but boy, doesn't that look like a nice cab waiting to happen? I'm getting mixed up here, so. All right. There's another one that's been varnished. And, you know, that just, that definitely is coming off. But I think they used to do that in, years ago. So someone else might have a better idea. I like the way that stripe right there that goes around that nut, just, yeah, that color dances around there. Got a lot of pretty colors in this. The ironstone part of it. Okay, I'm down to 3 more here, which is good because we're getting close to, coming up close on when Fred's going to be doing his sale. Pretty, pretty, pretty. That's really some nice colors. Not seeing all that much flash in it, but man, the colors are stunning. Yeah, I see purple in that crack right there. So with this, there's no telling as you grind into it. You know, sometimes the opal appears. It almost looks like somebody signed it right there. I don't know if y'all see that, or if I'm just a little delirious, but pretty neat. Hi, Karen. Again, that is a huge pendant right there waiting to happen. But coming out a little further, I see the colors. And it could be that there's colors in here, but that's just really pretty material. I see some color up here, color out here. I mean, look at that detail in that. That right there just would make a good, maybe a good two-sided pendant. Hi, Danny. Now this right here, that will be a pretty, pretty, pretty cab. I like the colors and the patterns there. And I expect that's going to be a stunner. But, I mean, what about all this? All of that stuff's just really pretty material. There's some green. Well, yeah, it does look like petrified wood. Okay, so we've gone through Cheryl's stuff, and we've gone through some black opal, some white opal, and boulder opal. There's about 15 minutes left before Fred starts his sale. So let me dump one more thing of opal in. We got time to do one more. Okay, there's some more. I think of what's going to be white. That kind of looks like black. I gotta get my hand dry and try to zoom in a little bit. That almost looks like black pots right there. I don't know. Karen, I hope you've got your opal in and have been able to look in it, and I hope you got some dynamite stuff. See, that looks like black opal to me. If somebody knows, go ahead and put that in the chat, if you will. I'm just saying that because the dark pots there, but again, I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, thanks, opal guy. And that's just, I didn't see the color in that. But sometimes, like I said, you got to grind into it to find it. And there's some little chips that sometimes those can be worked in for earrings or accent pieces for jewelry. That has some pretty color right there. 10 minutes. You got it. Okay, we're going to just hit a few of the pieces that are glowing in the water here. Here's the purple. Got purple play of color there. This one is going to be, I can't tell. I'm just going to have to grind in to find out. And we'll just kind of take a quick look at this. You can see a lot of pin fire on that thin It'll need a backer, doublet, but that's almost a ready to go cab. There's some crystal with some flash. I'll have to play with that. Don't really know how to do that. How, you know, what can be done with that. Here's another little piece. I'm having trouble getting the colors to show up that I'm seeing. But that'll probably require a triplet. Okay. So, I mean, this got a nice line. Hopefully the sand isn't chewing into the opal any there, or it can be worked around. And lots of chips in here. That one's got some neat color. And so does that one. Nice. Okay, well, y'all can see here some of the different colors, but I want to allow everybody plenty of time to have a break before they join Fred's. Okay, but before you take a break, that right there's got some flash to it. I want everybody to be able to take a break before Fred starts his sale. And I thank you all for joining me. And if you would hit the like on the way out, and if you hadn't already, and I've got more material to show. I've got some Spencer material that's pay dirt. I've got AZRE mystery box, and I've got more of Claude's opal. And hopefully I'll be doing some more shorts this week with the different cabs that are made. But again, thanks for joining, and until next time, y'all take care. We'll catch you at the next one.